What's going on, bowlers? Chris Beans here with Bowlers Rant, bringing you two new updates from Columbia300 and Ebonite. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons and turn on those notifications. All right, as I told you in the last video, it's Brands of Brunswick release week, and we talked about the hammer releases. Now we're going to talk about Columbia300 and Ebonite. Here they are. In no particular order, we've got the Big Time Special Edition and the Piranha Powercor. Okay, so I almost wish they called these vintage releases, because both of these were very popular balls back in the day for their respective brands, but now you've got this updated technology. Okay, so you've got this sanded pearl on the left and you've got a sanded solid on the right, and I'm not upset about this. Okay, of course, this left one, when you see it roll, if you had told me it was a solid, I would have believed you, but the fact that it's a pearl and it gives it that little extra pop is even better. So over to the interwebs, where we can talk about all of this cool stuff. Now, we're going to start with the Powercor. Why? Because it looks awesome that way. Plus, my boy Mike Dole is in this video. We're going to take a look at him throwing it. So what do we got here, right? Okay, so they're talking about this was dominating in the 90s, you know, and that the Power Torque, Messengers, and Kudas have all done really well. So this core that they've got is a two-piece core, right? So let's get that on the screen. Bang, there you go. And what they're saying is that this Powercor ball inside and has a high differential for more flare and hook. And guess what? They've got HK22 solid. All right, so on to the spec sheet, because that's what we do here at Bowlers Rant. This ball has the HK22 ERT plus solid. Again, so many syllables. Cover stock with Piranha Powercor core. Okay, it's blue and navy. I do like this color. I love this logo. This Piranha logo, awesome. Brunswick or Columbia300, which are really the same people. Thank you so much. So this is a solid, and the finish is 502,000 CR micropad, and the number's at 15 pounds, 2.518 AG with an 055 differential. So medium RG, high differential, and of course it's got dynamic core, 12% more hitting power, coefficient restitution, and the DOT layout system. So what does it look like going down the lane? Something I'm really glad about is that we're seeing videos come out immediately when these balls are announced. So let's take a look at the homie here. I totally am forgetting this guy's name right up front, so I apologize. This is good, right? And here's the homie, Mike Dole. Mike, I love how you throw the ball, by the way. Check this out. Bang, 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 bang. All the way through. Look at that. That's some continuation, right? So this is something that can be easily used first ball out of the bag and tell you if you want to ball up or ball down. But on a standard lead condition, because this thing's medium RG and they're pushing the differential up, so you're getting more length according to what they're saying in the mid lane and at the end, and this is the HK22 plug that they're doing, they're saying that basically you're going to get everything you need out of the ball. And I like that, because you're talking about adding a lot of value, whether it's right-handed, two-handed, granny-handed, pick your hand and you're off into the races. One more time. Bang, bang, bang. Did they finish up with the lefty? Hey, better. Come on, Mike. Boom, boom, boom. Look at this finish. Boom. Looking good. 10 back. All right, next up. Let's talk about the Big Time, okay? And then I'm going to come back when we talk about shelf appeal. I want to talk more about use cases. This one, again, they're saying when Tommy Lee Jones was asked about his favorite ball of all time, he points to the Big Time. He threw it on TV. It was memorable for many bowlers. And so the Big Time Special Edition, same core shape and colors as the original, but they're basically saying they're updating it with HK22 and GB13.7 additives. I can't say it. And it's a symmetrical pearl with dull finish. So again, back to the spec sheet. Okay, so what are we talking about? HK22 GB13.7 pearl. Man, I thought the other one had more syllables. It's a pearl, but it's a sanded pearl, right? So black and silver. I do like this color. 500, 1000, 1500 CR micropad. Okay, and you've got 2508 RG with an 054 differential. So I'm not mad about either of these numbers on both of these balls. Okay. This other one, 2518055. This one, 2508054. I mean, you're kind of knocking on the same door here. But I like sanded pearl, okay? And I like that because when you see this ball go down the lane, you see the pop it's got, it's going to be great. So you do get dynamic core here, no DOT layout system. And I do like this core with this little flip block at the top. Got to tell you, love that. So Dave Wadka, who I talked with at Bowl Expo, right across fourth arrow. He's doing his first 10. We're not going to go through the whole video. We're just going to go through a few of these shots because we want to see it go down the lane, right? So here we go again. Shot number 2. Stepping up. I wish I knew what the length was on this, but I don't think they tell us. But here we go. Again, watch how this flips up. Set. Bang. That is a freaking rubber band. And anybody who likes pop like that, I'm guessing you're going to want to add something like this in your bag. A sanded pearl is basically something that people do to a lot of the polished pearls anyways, so that they can use the the ball in all 3 games, especially if you start with a little more oil than your standard medium condition, right? So you can just chase the shot, use the same ball. That's adding a lot of value, and I do appreciate that from Ebonite. Okay, look at that thing. You don't want to miss right or throw it slow, or else it is going to go through the head pin, right? Okay, one more shot. Let's see it. Fourth arrow, looking better. Boom. Look at that, 10 back. So that brings us to now, let's talk about shelf appeal and use cases. So when are you going to use both of these balls, right? And I feel like there's similar use cases here, although there is a difference in that one of them is sanded at 2000 and is a solid. And the Piranha Core, in my opinion, is probably going to give you a little bit more grab on the lane. And I feel like the big time's going to give you just a little bit more pop. But both of these could easily be first ball, your main go-to ball, your league working class ball for your standard league condition. Okay? Now, I think the strokers who tend to be a little rev challenged might shy away from something like the big time because they tend to really gear towards their solids. But I guarantee you the tweeners are going to love the big time. And of course, if you want to, again, I always tell people play with surface, but do it sparingly at first. You don't want to go crazy with it and try to make a ball into something that it's not, right? There are better options. Like you don't need to polish a Piranha Powercor. You can just go buy the Cuda, right? And this big time, on the other hand, you could polish it because it is a pearl, but you don't want to sand it to like 800 grit because you've got other balls that will do that. So use the ball as it's designed. Now, for the shelf appeal, if I had to pick between these two, hands down, I'm going with the Piranha Powercor. The contrast is better. I don't typically like blue bowling balls, but this blue and yellow works. I'm not saying the big time is a slouch by any means. A lot of people are going to be, nostalgic about this, especially from people who were bowling back then when this ball was around. But I do like the pour on the big time, and I think it's going to be easier to read as it migrates its axis. All right. So that's what we got for today. Of course, if you are interested in learning more about these balls and where you can pick them up, I've got links in the description where you can grab these on bowlersmart.com. But don't take my word for it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Do you like the big time and do you like the Piranha? Which one did you like between the bowlers, who threw it best? Did you like the righty? Did you like the lefty? And if you were to get one of these, which layout would you go with? Drop me a comment. Let me know. Let's continue the conversation. More updates are coming. And until then, bow well.